Just remember, we can't swear in the first minute. I always
All
forget.
right. Yeah, I always forget too.
Because I was literally about to start swearing.
Immediate out
yeah.
the gate, just.
I was gonna say
beep, beep,
because of the fact that Putin is a humongous. Beep. Let's have our audience fill this in. Audience, since we can't swear in
Let's
the first
play word
minute.
association.
Word association. Okay, ready. And this is the audience responding to us. Okay.
Yeah.
When we say Putin, what do you think of? Awesome. So did we.
Perfect. Good.
When you think about
Invading Ukraine. What do you think? Good,
excellent,
good,
excellent.
good.
This is great. We got to take
That's a
these
good
notes.
answer. That's a good answer. That's a good non-tanky answer.
Exactly. And when you think about Russia being obliterated, what do you think?
We like that idea too.
Actually, now that I think about it, it's not the Russians' fault. It's Putin and the oligarchs.
Yeah, I was going to
fault.
say the oligarchs.
So,
Yes.
what do you think about eating the Russian rich? I agree with those sentiments.
Yes, me too. I think they'd go nicely with a fine caviar and some nice wine.
Exactly, with a Chateau de Chasselet.
There we go.
And,
I don't know what that is, but yes.
Some fancy wine. I don't know. I'm just making up words at this point.
I was when you said that, I immediately thought like shallot. Like it'd go good with some shallot. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what that has to do with wine, but yeah, I like shallots.
Exactly. We'll cook them into a little pasta, grind them up, powder, turn them their bones into a fine
some
powder.
tamales.
Yeah. So, besides the fact that Putin
Deserves to be cannibalized.
has broken many world records for having the smallest pannier on the planet, why would he want to invade Ukraine?
I mean, the only thing I can personally think of, and I'm fucking idiot on the internet, is that he wants to reestablish the old Soviet Union landscape.
That's true, because I saw a comment where someone was saying that, how it's like he said that the breakup of the USSR was like the biggest mistake ever, and he adamantly believes this, which is
Yeah, I mean,
insane.
he used to be a KGB agent, so I mean,
A huevo.
A huevo.
Of course he's gonna
Yeah.
want. Of course he's gonna want the USSR back. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a KGB agent, and and then his yacht left Germany amid the tensions and stuff. His super yacht, that is,
Yeah,
the
super
one
yacht.
bought with the taxpayers' money in Russia.
I mean, just like Jeff Bezos, but
Yeah, I don't know. It's messed up. I mean,
Yeah.
but on a different scale, because he's literally waging war now.
like the difference between regular capitalism, like here in the U.S., and state capitalism, like over there in Russia, is literally the difference between, hey, we're a little bit happy and we have a good, a decent life.
Yeah, it's like
we're a little free, and then state capitalism is just like, well, y'all are serfs now.
basically it's like, oh, but we gave you internet, so technically you're not poor. It's
Yeah,
fine. It's like
it's
this
fine.
internet is barely even livable. What are you doing?
exactly.
Yeah, like
It's a small difference, but it is the difference.
Yeah.
You know.
that small difference makes the big difference. Actually,
Yeah.
It's not just such a small difference, because it's like, well, if you don't have anything else to compare it to, well, yeah, it's internet. It's whatever. The
it's
speeds are
internet,
fine.
Yeah.
But once you've tasted that sweet fiber, that fiber system that was supposed to be installed pretty much everywhere,
Yeah.
but the ISPs took all our money, did nothing with it, and now there's stuff breaking down everywhere because Spectrum, AT&T, Frontier, all of them, they're all complicit in it. All the U.S. agencies are all complicit in it, and now they're like,
Well, they have regional
complaining.
monopolies. They're like, hey, let's
Yeah.
not compete.
I mean, of course, because it's like, oh, this is Spectrum's territory. And Spectrum's like, I'm offering you usable internet at $80 a month. You have options. You have unusable internet for $40 a month, or usable internet for $80 a month. What's it going to be, folks? And they're like, I guess I'll pay $80.
Yeah.
Like, not a monopoly, technically.
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 It's like how technically Amazon doesn't have an internet monopoly or like an online store monopoly. Technically.
But if Amazon Web Services goes down, what happens? Everyone dies.
yeah, everyone dies.
Everyone dies.
Everyone dies.
But yeah, we've already seen the practices they do where, they buy, they see something's good, make an Amazon Basics of it, underprice the seller, raise prices
Yeah.
when sellers go out of business. Boom.
Basic, yeah. Shitty people. Still better than state capitalism, though, like in Russia.
I was gonna say,
Still
yeah,
better.
like as much as we complain here, we are literally, we're just talking
It's just-
in front of a fucking
Yeah,
green
a green
screen.
screen.
Like,
Yeah.
we're like, this is nothing compared to the people in Ukraine right now. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah, no,
so
nothing.
sad, dude.
Yeah. And the thing is that like you can't really invade Russia. You can't do anything to Russia because I mean, the second they smell a whiff of war, they're just gonna send all their nukes. That's like I'm surprised that Biden took such a good stance on this, because sanctioning the ever loving shit out of Russia is probably the best we can hope for.
Because then the oligarchs lose money. It sucks.
Do you
for
think
the
that
regular
the
people,
oligarchs
too.
have their wealth in rubles in Russian currency?
No, of course not. But once you start cutting off like the bank systems and things like that, yeah. Obviously, it's gonna.
We can't
work
cut
a
off the
little
bank
bit.
system, because Russia has frequently declared that, like, if we cut them off from the banking system, they're gonna take that as an act of war. So we can't even do that. We can
I'm
just
done.
sanction
I'm done.
the certain segments of our markets away from Russia.
God. And then Switzerland didn't even want to stop. They're still allowing banking and stuff like that from like the rich people. And Switzerland, what are you guys doing?
Main
Come
neutral.
on.
Come on.
Come on, that's not
Completely
neutral. Not at that
That's
point
why
anymore.
you got all that Swiss Nazi gold.
Dude,
there.
yeah, like Switzerland banks literally still have Nazi gold in their
Yeah.
reserves. We're over here. We're neutral, guys. I don't know how this gold got to us. Whoopsie daisy.
Whoopsie.
Like fuck, man. So many dentures, so many Jews killed
Yeah.
over millions and millions and millions and millions. And millions. But yeah, it's Switzerland is not neutral. We're coming after you, Switzerland.
Yeah.
We're
Next.
coming after
Switzerland's
you.
next.
Yeah.
Switzerland's next.
First, we're gonna invade Russia. Then
Yeah.
we're gonna invade
Switzerland.
Switzerland. And then you know what? Fuck it. We'll spread freedom to all the corners of the globe.
You would just switch Russian imperialism with U.S. imperialism.
Exactly. See, at least with U.S. imperialism, you get fiber.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Asterisk.
Asterisk. Some restrictions may apply.
Exactly. Yeah. Because they're like, fiber is readily available in all of Los Angeles. And it's like, yeah, in like 3 little strips. And
Yeah.
even though I'm your neighbor over here, technically I live only across the street from you. There's no fiber there. It's like,
No
fuck
fiber.
you.
Yeah. It's a different city technically.
No, not even that.
No?
Or no. There's literally places like, there's some addresses up in like, let's say Norwalk and stuff, right? Where some of them will qualify for fiber, and some of them have no service at all.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you guys doing? Like like I said, ISPs took that money, put it in their pockets, they fucked us all, and they just walked away
Yeah.
scot free. And it's like people are going, hey, here's my FTC complaints, but then you have the head of
Ajit Pai.
Verizon. Yeah, you have the shit pie as the head of Verizon, and then as the head of the FTC for a while, and then I don't know who they put now, but see, I don't know who they put because
Yeah.
it's just a person who knows how to do their job.
Yeah.
The only reason we knew him was because there were so many articles about him being like,
A
"Woo,
shitty person."
I'm a shitty
Yeah.
person. I used to head Verizon. I hate competition, and I'm gonna squeeze it all out. We'll make monopolies. We'll squeeze all the pennies we can out of first responders, because first responders had their internet
Yeah.
connection throttled, and then when they're like, "Oh, customer service, can you stop throttling our internet connection? We're here fighting fires." And the guy was like, "Maybe if you purchase a higher data plan, that's what you're gonna get." And
Yeah.
it sucks because it's not that person's fault. That's what he's been trained to do.
Yeah. Well, not just trained to do, but like he
That's it.
physically can't do anything.
Exactly. That's his only.
He's gonna get
course of action.
fired if
his only
if-
course of action.
yeah.
It's not like he has a button that goes unthrottle.
Yeah,
You have to send
no.
that up to the managers and supervisors, but you shouldn't have to do that in the first
Yeah,
place under an ethical like procedure.
Yeah.
It's a first responder service, which means they have their own whole system. They have their own customer service. They have a whole section dedicated to just their business.
Yeah.
And
honestly,
you-
though, like
come on.
honestly, I,
Edward.exe loading.
I,
Edward.exe has crashed.
like here's my issue. It's like everything you said is correct,
Mm-hmm.
but I also feel that it should go farther than that. First responders shouldn't have to have those sorts of
Loopholes or payments.
loopholes or payments. The internet they should be able to access like
A public utility, like
public
any other utility.
should be like constant and as close to perfection as we can get it to, like the best quality we can get it to. Like overall, like they shouldn't have to be going through all these extra hoops just to get their internet unthrottled. The internet shouldn't be throttled in the first place.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
There should never have to be that scenario where you have to call and be like, well,
Yes,
my internet's
yes,
run out. It's
yes,
like,
exactly.
you idiot. I'm fighting a wildfire. 99 months out of the last 100 months, I've used like no data.
Yeah.
And this 1 month, we used like 100
billion and a
gigs
half.
or whatever. Yeah. It's like, shouldn't fucking matter when it's the
Yeah.
matter of, hey, there are people's houses burning down, you know? Like, why is this? Why would it even be an issue in the first place? Like you said, why
Yeah.
should it even be an
Why?
issue?
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. The basic internet should be like good enough to handle all of that.
Yeah.
And it's completely possible. Like South Korea has some of the best internet.
Yeah.
And like they develop way after us. Like
And it's,
there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to at least have internet on par with them.
Exactly. Like, it's ridiculous because, like I said, just all the bureaucracy and all the people taking the money and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And it's like, what are you going to do with our money? We're going to just pocket it, give us some bonuses, and we'll give you a plan for 10 years. It's like, 10 years? That was 20 years ago. What
Yeah.
do you mean 10 years
10
from now?
years.
Like,
Yeah.
how have you not updated it? Like, freaking the...
We're gonna be 10 years out of date, 30 years in the future.
Wait, one of the reasons the California fires happened was because Southern California Edison didn't update their
Yeah.
grid.
Yeah.
That's literally the reason one of the wildfires started.
A major wildfire too, not just like
Yeah.
the regular wildfires that we always get.
Exactly.
Major
It's
wildfire.
not just wildfire season.
Yeah.
It was the biggest one in like the last 10 years. And then next year we're going to have the next biggest one because shit just keeps getting worse.
I
and
was
worse
gonna say, I feel like
year.
every year we have this is
Last-
the biggest one in the last 10 years.
Last year was the hottest summer ever. This year's going to be the hottest summer ever.
Oh.
Next year's going to be the hottest summer ever. Like, it's not going to get any better. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. That's the unfortunate part, and we're seeing that right now.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I'm so doomer about like that sort of stuff. Like I'm so doomer about the like climate crisis and like the things getting hotter and wildfires and shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I'm just so doomer about it. I don't think that like I was gonna say at least the good part is that this is a crisis that can only happen once.
Yeah, and then whoop, reset.
Reset. Like once there's a hard reset, like imagine like modern day humans with modern day knowledge,
That's
like
a lie,
going off into
though.
trees.
Because
There's not
been
enough
so many
oil.
extinctions. No, but there's been so many extinctions. That's
Oh
the
yeah,
point.
but what I mean is like the climate crisis. Like you can't
Oh,
have
okay.
a climate crisis to electric boogaloo.
Maybe you can, because what if they're like, we've overrun the world with solar energy, and we tried, or like you remember how like in Matrix they like blasted the skies, and then the skies never gave sun again or something like that.
Oh yeah, but that
Maybe-
was like
maybe-
based off of the oil, no?
But maybe pollution. No, they set off like nukes or I don't know what it was. Point is, there could be like a nuclear winter or something, and
Nuclear
we're seeing
winter,
that pretty
yeah.
close.
Yeah, we're pretty close right now. Yeah,
There could
Nuclear winter's
hypothetically
always
be
possible,
that.
But I'm talking about like human-made like climate crisis like right now, like based off of oil.
Nuclear winter's human made. What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, but to be fair, like
Okay.
nuclear energy, like that could always happen.
No.
Like,
Outside of nuclear winter, there's not much else that would reset
yeah,
everything
we don't
besides
have
oil.
enough. There's not enough oil reserves left in the Earth's crust to redo climate.
Like what we're doing
crisis.
right now,
Yeah, like
yeah.
we're doing right now. There's enough to push us over the edge, but once that happens and everything resets, there's not enough left over to do it again.
I mean, the reset you're talking about is mass human extinction. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, humans will still survive. Pockets of humanity.
the
will
rich
still
ones.
survive. Oh, the rich ones. Yeah.
a lot of rich ones are gonna.
A lot of
survive.
poor people would too. The numbers are just there. Like in the Midwest, a lot of those people are going to survive.
Maybe like the farmers and stuff.
Yeah,
the ones
farmers and stuff.
Self-sustaining ones, not us
Yeah.
rich city folk.
Yeah,
who,
I know.
Have to get up at the dawn, the crack of dawn,
Yeah.
which for us is 9 a.m.
9
It's too
a.m.
early.
Too
It's
early,
fucking
too
early.
early.
I don't want to go to work at 10.
Yeah, fuck. Dude, I got it. I right. Well, okay. To be fair, I'm a little different because I have to go to sleep at like 5 o'clock in the morning, but or 4 in the morning.
You don't have to. You choose to. That's different.
I have 2 hours to rest. My 2 hours to rest are from 1 a.m. to like 3 a.m.
Wait. What happened to going to sleep at 5 though? What? So wait.
It's
you
fine.
have-
Don't worry about it. It makes sense if you don't think about it. No. Okay. So like my actual schedule is like I wake up about between 9 and 12,
Mhm.
and then I go to sleep about between 2 and 5, depending on when I get home from work. So like
Jeez.
sometimes I'll get home at 1, and then I'll be like, well, I still want to watch a show or I still want to like
Yeah.
rest a little bit. So I'll rest like 2 or 3 hours, and then I'll go to sleep.
Hentai's not gonna watch
Yeah,
itself.
exactly. You know, these walls don't stay pristine, covered, and sticky by themselves. They require
Exactly.
constant, frequent application
It's
from
like,
a variety of
primer.
bodies. Yeah,
It's
it's,
like
like
paint
primer.
primer.
It's like paint primer.
Gotta get that all natural primer.
Yeah,
out.
yeah. You got to leave at least 12 hours in between each coating. You got to have people swapping in and out so that it stays nice and even. Nice consistency too. You don't want it to get like all fuck. What was the word?
You got to reset your Edward every 24 hours or so, or else you
Honestly.
get no performance out of it.
Honestly, you get zero mileage. Oh, look, 10's back, I think.
That was a cat crawling. It sounded like a human crawling.
Ooh.
Scared the shit out of me. Oh, there's another cat. Wait, that's another cat.
Wait, what cat?
Look. You see that cat right there? I'm gonna take a picture so I can put it on.
Yeah.
You don't see him?
No, I don't see him.
Sorry about all that dead air. I'll probably cut it.
Yeah, kind of cut most of it.
Look at him. He's just
Aw.
chilling up there.
Oh wait, what a piece of shit! That's a piece of shit cat.
Why? What did he do?
He keeps attacking my cats.
Guess we gotta go execute him now.
Honestly, execution time. No.
Okay, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. No,
But-
no.
No violence against. Don't fuck with cats. You
Yeah,
saw
don't
that
fuck with
Netflix
cats. Yeah,
documentary,
don't fuck
right?
with cats. No, I haven't.
Me either. I was hoping you had. Damn.
Walter recommended it to us like 5 times, and I was like, yeah, I'll watch it.
Can we call Walter and ask him his opinion on don't fuck with cats? Let's see if he's not busy. Honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
Let's see.
Let's see if he's in Ukraine now.
Oh no, I hope not.
No, literally. No, like literally. Like if any bullets are exchanged between NATO and Russia, that's the end of the world.
I know it's crazy.
Yeah,
It is
it's.
crazy. Hey, what's up, dude? You're live on the podcast.
Are you busy?
That's what's up.
Are you busy?
I'm at work right now.
Damn, we were gonna ask you about don't fuck with cats.
That's a great documentary.
What's it about? Is it about not fucking with cats?
Yeah, exactly. It's about this guy. He opened up like a social media, I think about like on Facebook or YouTube or something, and then he posted a video of him like torturing cats.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and then they tracked him down through like photos and like some like background scenery stuff, and then they tracked down like his hotel, and then fuck, I don't remember if he. I think he did it like 2 or 3 times, but then eventually they caught him.
What?
But yeah, you should check that out. It's a really good documentary.
All right, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Walter. What's your work right now?
Are you in Ukraine?
Yeah, I've been to Latvia.
Latvia.
Get some Latvia women right now.
Oh no, have they said anything, or are you guys still chilling?
We're chilling, man. It's like a normal day here, man.
Wait, what's your work consist of? Are you still pushing pens or what?
Yeah, I'm putting in bullshit and fucking shit up and telling me shit. I'm having a bad day.
Oh no,
Walter's about to send the nukes. Like, I've been having a shitty day at work. I'm gonna send all the nukes.
Yeah, I'm alright. Yeah, it's a normal day.
All right, you're.
Like in 30 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're off at 5, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll shoot through when you're off. Okay, we'll pick
Yeah.
you up for some pizza.
Oh hell yeah, man. That'd be cool.
All right.
Wait, when you coming back? When you come back?
Fuck, man, probably the summer. Let's see, like maybe June or July.
All right, man. When you come back for summer, maybe we'll go ghost hunting again,
Yeah.
Yeah.
depending on how this one goes.
Or we could go kidnap you.
I don't know the podcast.
Just
right
break
now,
into
for
the military base.
What?
Just break into the
real?
military
Is
base,
the
kidnap
podcast
Walter.
real?
Yeah, we're actually on the we're recording right now. You're gonna see it later.
Am I on speaker right now?
Yeah.
All right.
Leak all the state secrets.
Yeah, I was gonna say don't leak any secrets. Oops.
All right. See. I'll call you guys back later.
All right, we'll see you
All right,
later, Walter.
laters.
Bye.
No, baby, come back.
Honestly, I want to just crawl into the phone and pull him out of
Yeah,
there.
just rip them back to reality. There
Snap
goes gravity.
back to beat me to it. Yeah. That was the joke, everybody. The joke.
Yeah.
Gone. That's crazy though. I mean, that makes sense. The extent people will go to for like animal cruelty and stuff like that. It's like the anonymous people got him. You know.
Yeah, the anonymous
the
people.
deep web people. Don't
Good.
fuck with cats. But yeah, that's messed up. Like anyone who messes with like. You're messing with someone defenseless. That's like the equivalent of a child, I would
Yeah.
say. Like obviously, yeah, okay, it's not like my child or whatever, but it's still the equivalent of it because it's helpless, it's defenseless. Most of the time, it's like, oh, they trust them because they'll get them to eat food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then they just kill him one day or something, you know? Oh my god, he's sleeping on an old mattress. I just
Yeah.
realized that. Why are you sleeping on a mattress?
I don't know why that mattress is on that roof. Like that does some serious damage to the roofing tiles.
Jesus.
But-
Also, because imagine when it rains and how heavy
Yeah,
it'll get and
yeah,
stuff.
no. They should put like a cat bed up there, like an actual like.
Is that not your little shed?
No, that's
next
not my
door,
shit.
huh?
That's next door. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like that could cause the roof to collapse inwards.
Oh shit!
Like someone's gonna there's gonna be a bed right under that one, and like it's gonna
A gigantic
yeah,
wet
and the
stain.
cat's just gonna be like
Honestly,
and then just walk out.
stretches and walks out. He just committed a
double homicide.
double homicide. And like, honestly, one of these days you're gonna be playing on the computer. You're gonna be like double kill. And you're like, I'm not even playing video games. And you turn, and
Yeah,
you
it's
look
like,
out
what?
and everything's just collapsed.
It's like I'm designing a card right now. Who?
Exactly. Who's playing video games so loudly? And it's like, that's how you found out you were an NPC, Edward.
Oh no,
Oh God.
my time is coming.
All of our lives are as complex as everyone else's. That I can't comprehend that. No, make it stop. Make
Free
it
guy.
stop.
I just
Honestly.
turned into Free Guy.
And it's like, all right, Edward, I'll see you later. I walk around the corner, and you're scripted to go back to your computer, right?
Yeah.
But since you're now free, you turn, and I'm already gone because I just de-rendered from everything. You're like,
We're back to last week's episode. You
Exactly.
can't be aware of anyone else's consciousness. You just have to give them the benefit of the doubt.
exactly. Like, how do I know Edward's not actually a robot? You know,
Yeah.
like, is this Westworld? Am I secretly trapped in a Westworld? Am I a Westworld? Westworld's
Is
good.
this
You
even
watch
real? Cum?
it. Honestly, the consistency, the taste, it's not the same.
It's not
okay?
real. It's not
Someone's
real.
fucking with me right
yeah,
now.
yeah. This is what's it called? What's that Truman Show? This is a Truman Show.
Truman Show. They're
Truman
shooting
Show.
synthetic cum at me, and it tastes too much like pineapple. You know,
Ugh.
they
And then
didn't
someone behind the scenes is like, "Shit, I knew I shouldn't have had that pizza."
honestly, and it's like, wait a minute, I heard that all of these mics, all of these cameras. What if Truman started a podcast?
Yeah.
Huh. Imagine. Could they do the Truman? I mean, I feel like they could do the Truman Show even better nowadays. Because
Yeah,
back then the
yeah.
cameras were like unsightly, you know. So the lady had a big ring, and the ring was big because it was a camera and stuff. Nowadays, you could have every fucking USB port would be a
Yeah,
camera.
yeah.
He wouldn't even notice. You just plug it in, it turns red, and he's like, okay, it's charging. And then you have like every tiny little light. Or
It would be extra footage for the TV show too if he started a podcast because he'd be
Oh,
filming
yeah.
himself, and that's extra footage for the actual show.
that's true.
And then they could make the podcast a success, and they could run with that because not only do they have extra footage, but they have all the viewership of the television network going to go watch the podcast as well. It would be harder though, because then like the people that have direct connection to the podcast would be like, "Hey, you're being filmed," you know.
No, but they wouldn't tell him. They tell his producer, and the producer's the implant. So,
True.
but also, yeah, that wouldn't work because he'd have access to the internet.
But
Because back then, the access to the internet wasn't a big thing, you know.
But when
Cell
you have
phones and
such a
things like that.
controlled environment, like I'm pretty sure it's hard for someone in like North Korea to access the internet like freely.
I mean,
they just do like a custom a custom OS on the computer, a custom internet browser. You know,
Oh, I guess it's like it's not even real internet. It's just everything in the archive is just whatever they have. So, like, let's say they download all of Wikipedia minus him or
Yeah,
whatever, you know.
yeah.
But then they still give him those like phobias and things like that. So
yeah. Everything else, like anything that references Truman, just
erased.
erased. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. Or also, they could trap him. Oh my God, the modern day Truman Show would be him trapped in the 90s. Before the internet and stuff. So he'd be like, the year's 1993. Oh, awesome, blah, blah, blah. And then they raise him from the 70s to the 90s, but it's actually like 20, 40, whatever, right? So when he like finally gets out, he's like, what's all this? It's like the internet, and it's like cell phones. And he's like, what? And people are like, no, like hair and makeup, you know, like we were supposed to keep him trapped in there or whatever. And then they're like, oh, make sure not to wear any smartwatches or anything to tip
Yeah.
him off. And all that
Don't
kind of stuff.
use any holograms because it's like 20 years in the future. From
Yeah,
now.
exactly. It's like everyone has their little like smart pads and like and behind the scenes, but then when they go in, they're like, okay, remember, leave your pads at the door or whatever, you know. And I was thinking actually, well, what if? So I guess that would be the twist for the
Yeah.
modern day one, right? He's living in 2020, right? Let's say he's living in 2010s. He was born in the 90s and he's living through the 2010s, but it's already like the year 2100 something, right? Like something far ahead. That'll be like the extra twist at the end. And because he's living in the 2020s, he doesn't even mind being monitored by like the regular cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they'll have security cameras everywhere. I was like, yeah, it's just security cameras. It's like, why are there so many cameras around here? Security cameras because because you know, like my neighbor has security cameras, but they're filming him and stuff, you know. But
We have
it's
security
so-
cameras now too.
Exactly, like it's so commonplace nowadays to have your own. I have my Ring doorbell, my security cameras, but now you got the Ring angle. Now you got this, and you got that. He's driving a Tesla. The Tesla's filming him, and he doesn't even know it. And like,
Yeah.
or not a Tesla, but you know what I mean, right? Like he's driving a smart car, and it's like filming him. He doesn't even know it, and he's got a cell phone and stuff, but it's connected to like custom bands only. He can access. Like there, you know, like let's say he's-
custom internet or like in-house internet.
He's on 4G and 5G, even
Yeah.
though there's already 20G, and they had to resurrect old towers just to do that. you know?
yeah.
Things like that. They could make their own custom internet and stuff like that. Their own. It would just be an archive, basically.
Yeah, it'd be an archive internet. Like
That'd be
they could actually have it. So like, let's say like this podcast comes out on Monday, right? This is the future. They could just say, oh, this released on Monday, and you know, basically just reaching backwards and releasing it like whenever.
So
it would've.
easy, yeah.
Yeah.
You just go. You literally Google important things that happened on this day, and then you could give him like the perfect life or whatever, so he doesn't even worry about like conflicts in the Middle East or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And then like other things, and he would just be. him in his little, like, this is what it would be like if the 2020s had no violence in it. We're gonna raise one guy and then do that.
You know,
that would be the thought experiment.
as like horrifying it like kind of is to theorize about living like a Truman Show style thing. It like the very idea or how much planning it goes to convince one person that of living in the simulation is like the most exact evidence that I kind of like need to like discredit most of like moon landing and like other conspiracies, because the amount of effort it takes to just convince one person. Now imagine convincing a whole country, like hundreds of millions of people.
Well, you're not getting convinced because he's technically living in like his city or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's not gonna want to travel and stuff like that.
No, but what I mean is like the amount of effort needed to like make him think like all this, like to build this conspiracy theory about around one person is like so far outstretched from the possible revenue that you could get. Like the inputs and outputs are just so like monumentally different.
I was gonna say, because that, you're right, it doesn't even make sense if you think about it, because it's like, why would anyone give a shit about a stupid little fucking baby for like the first 5 years of the Truman Show?
Yeah.
I mean, I would understand, like, after that you're like, oh, I'm attached to him or whatever because I've been watching him grow up and stuff, but it's like, who would give a shit for those first 5 years enough to like monetize it and like, sign off and all that kind of stuff.
So like even like something like the moon landing, the amount of inputs necessary for the output is just like these types of conspiracies is just like some we would know by now.
That makes sense. Yeah,
it's just there's not enough output for what you put into the project.
Yeah,
it's just like there's nothing more exemplary of that than like a Truman Show style, like trying to build an actual Truman Show style like conspiracy.
Yeah,
it's just.
Because then, how would you even like? Let's say, obviously you have ads everywhere, but then you would get like, I don't know,
like built-in sponsorships.
Yeah, like would you have tourists in there secretly or cameos from people?
You would have to, and then you would like hire I don't know, fucking George Clooney to like. It's like, oh hey, star in this movie that you used to star in, but you're starring in the world of Truman or whatever, and he's in there like, hey, I'm George Clooney, and then everyone's like, hey, George Clooney.
Well, at this point he's dead, remember? Because technically
remember the twist is like any famous person. Like I'm just using George Clooney as like the stand-in, but like any famous person of the era, it's like so like it's good. It takes place in like the 2040s, right? But then some of the famous people from like say 2010. Where the thing's taking place, or 1993, there's like someone's still gonna be alive. They're gonna pop in like, "Hey, cameo," and then everyone outside's gonna be like, "Ah!" And then the person inside is gonna be like, "Oh, I got to meet a celebrity." Hey,
I guess so. But also, I'm thinking now that we're like, let's say if it's like that far ahead, or even like in the 2100s, if it's that far ahead, wouldn't they just do it through like virtual reality?
Yeah.
Like let's say they strap a helmet on him and then make him think like the entire life he's been living has just been like in the 2000s and stuff, and then he finally gets out, he's like, oh my god, and he has like a psychotic break or whatever.
Yeah. All that other negative shit, but that doesn't matter.
Honestly, not with our pitch meetings.
Yeah,
Remember
exactly.
HBO Max, this is where you get that primo shit.
That
okay,
pre-money.
Exactly. Westworld, we thought of that first. Okay,
us, that's our thing.
Exactly. Game of Thrones,
who's sci-fi.
We did that.
Yeah, we did that.
We did that.
We're
okay?
rewriting reality. Reality can be whatever we want it to be.
Exactly. Wrong hand, actually. It's left hand. Yeah, but
dude, shit at Disneyland is so fucking expensive. Like this was the only cost-effective thing that's there, and this was like $60.
I don't even know if that was cost effective. I mean, like I get it though
for the quality.
I was gonna say it is high quality.
Yeah.
Because Hector got me one of those from Avengers Campus too, and it's like I was like, whoa, it's high quality.
It's really high quality.
Yeah, because you're not just like, oh, I'm gonna get a $10 one that falls apart or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
But how was Disneyland?
It was,
let's shift gears. Let's shift gears.
I mean,
something happy
Disneyland
that
is basically Truman Show.
That's true because everyone's in on it.
Yeah. They don't even call them staff. They call them cast
We've just been
members.
describing Disneyland for the last half hour.
Honestly, we've just been describing Disneyland.
Fuck.
Anyways.
Okay, Disneyland. What have we got at Disneyland?
Disneyland, honestly, nothing too exciting happened. Nothing that you couldn't get just by going to Disneyland. It was really fun though. It was really fun. Like we had to run everywhere because we got the park hopper tickets, and so we had to like.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Like maximize everything.
Yeah, and we did end up spending a lot of time at the Avengers Campus because that's what me and Noosh both like.
Hell yeah.
But we went to all the other places too. We rode the one of the best rides that we had like a whole lot of fun in was the teacup one.
Why? Because you were spinning
Yeah,
it
we're
super
just spinning
hard.
shit. Yeah, it's just,
Honestly, dude, when I did that with my girl, we were at in SeaWorld, right?
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause,
yeah.
like everywhere they have the
Yeah,
take-up
it's
ride is a
everywhere.
generic ride, right?
Yeah.
And like the little kids are going like wee wee, and I'm over here going
Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, we're
fucking.
going,
Yeah.
and my girl was like,
my girl was like, but she was like taking pictures of like,
oh no, I feel like we were going so fast that I feel like if I picked up my phone, it would just go and just fly out because of all the we were hitting
Yeah.
like 3 Gs, dude. Like it
Honestly,
was
honestly,
crazy.
yeah.
I was trying so hard, and dude, I was
going supersonic. We were about to spin off the. No.
legit, dude. I was gonna throw up afterwards. Like that's how I
We were
never
dizzy. We
throw
couldn't
up.
get to the exit. We were like borrachos.
Yeah,
Fucking.
a huevo.
huevo.
we got off and we were like, oh shit, oh shit. But like I was about to throw up. Like that's
Yeah.
that's how fast we were spinning. I've never thrown up after I've gotten off a ride, even
Yeah.
after eating.
Yeah,
never.
no, never.
Roller coasters, nothing gets me.
Yeah, I've never felt sick after a ride.
But after that one, I was
yeah.
I wasn't going to obviously, but I was like, oh my god, I feel a little
you
iffy.
feel it like right here, like the acid. You feel it
I
right
was
here.
like, uh-oh, it's happening, but nothing happened, of course.
Next
but-
time, though, I'm gonna take more sandwiches. Like,
More
I
sandwiches?
I don't want to eat the food in there.
it was like $30 for
It
a
was
little
like,
thing. or
yeah, it
what?
was like $30. It was okay burger. It tasted okay,
Mm-hmm.
but I would rather take a sandwich.
I feel like the only place I genuinely like the food is Universal because their fucking Krusty Burger. It's $10, but the Krusty Burger with the fries, it's like fucking humongous, and I'm like,
That reminds me one thing. One thing that
was
was
13.
great. I forgot what it was called. It was like it was a Star Wars thing. It was like themed, and it was delicious. Don't get me wrong. It was worth the price, but I don't know if I'd get it again. And because of how pricey it was, it is moderately worth the price though. I got like a Tatooine Sunset drink and like pita sausage, not pita as in the animal thing, like a pita bread.
but yeah,
Yeah, like a pita bread thing with like a sausage and egg breakfast sandwich type deal. It was really good. Like it's better than most of the fast food you get out here. It was really good. It was really really good.
yeah. I think the only place where the food like was not like terrible, but like Six Flags.
Oh yeah.
It was
I have
like
memories.
garbage. Not, I mean, okay,
Trash.
okay. I don't want to say garbage food because it wasn't like absolutely awful, but it was
Yeah.
not as good as
Not
like
worth
the
the
other
price.
theme park. Yeah, especially not worth the price.
100% not worth the price. Other theme parks have better food, and even they're only barely worth the price.
Dude, like the hot dog from Universal, it's like the Sideshow Bob footlong hot dog. It's like a footlong hot dog, and they pound the chili and the cheese on it,
Yeah.
and then the fries and stuff.
I feel like it's Universal most worth the price for the food because of the amount, and then
Depending on what plate you get, though, because that like if you get like chicken strips,
Yeah.
it's not worth it.
Not worth it, yeah.
Because it's like you get 3 little dried up chicken strips and fries. Like, okay, but there are certain plates. I feel like
no, but like in general,
I feel like
like
it's
on
every
average, on average, what do you think?
I would say SeaWorld.
SeaWorld?
Dude, you gotta try. When was the last time you went to SeaWorld?
When your parents took me.
I was like when we were like
Fuck
10.
it. Yeah, we were like 10.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, SeaWorld is really good, and they don't even check IDs, dude. You
No?
can straight up go in with like someone's pass, beep, okay, beep, because they want the money, obviously. Like
Yeah.
they don't care.
Oh, they're broke as fuck.
Yeah, dude, it's bad.
fucking broke as hell.
Yeah, at Disneyland, the reason they fucking fingerprint scan you and take a cum swab is because like everyone's trying to
Yeah.
share passes and
Yeah.
like, you know, it's high demand. No matter how high they raise the prices, it's always
That's
fucking
why the
demand.
handicap doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, because they got that primo shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like Disney's only Disney because they've bought out so much stuff. But
Yeah.
point is, SeaWorld I think has some of the
Capitalism.
best food. Honestly, SeaWorld has some of the best food. Like even their chicken strips, like you get actual like chicken
Full-breaded
strips.
chicken
Yeah,
strips.
full-breaded
Wait,
actual
speaking
chicken.
of chicken, have you gone to Dave's Hot Chicken?
I have not. I think you told me about that
You
place,
want to
right?
go today?
How far is it?
It's in Downey. It's not that far. And the
Is
closest one
it?
is like on Wilshire.
Wilshire, that's not in Downey.
There's two. There's
Oh.
two close by.
Dave's Hot Chicken. It says Lakewood is the closest one. Oh shit, Rosemead is the closest one by my place. That's
Mhm.
crazy. No, probably not today then. They close at 2 a.m. Maybe we
Shoot,
can go there.
I'll drive.
We'll go there after we'll go to the Pasadena one after we come back from the bridge because the bridge is like over here. And
Ooh.
then Dave's Hot Chicken. When do they close? They close at 12 a.m. Oh damn. Okay. Well, point is.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, okay, we'll put
We'll
a pin
see.
in that.
We'll put a pin in that.
definitely
Dave's
go
Hot
there.
Chicken is so fucking good. It's honestly the best fried chicken I've had.
Yeah.
Yeah. Better than Golden Birds, better than
Never been to Golden Birds either.
no.
Have you tried
Your parents
Jolly
hate
Bees?
Golden Birds or didn't like Golden Birds. Like Alan and your dad, like were
Golden
talking
Bird.
to me and they were like, "Oh no, Golden Birds taste it's too oily."
Mm.
And I was like, "Yeah, I can see that." But then like I don't know. I forgot what chicken they said instead, and I was like, I've had that chicken. That chicken does not really taste that great.
Golden Bird. Oh, there's one right here.
Yeah,
in
there's two.
Linwood,
It's
that's right.
old, and it's not as good as Dave's. Honestly, no. My dad has fond memories of it. Like back in his day, Golden
Oh.
Birds was like the best.
I was gonna say probably yeah. Back
But
in the days.
but now,
no. Mm.
top maybe top 5, top 7.
What do you think is the most? Oh wait, let me finish the SeaWorld one first,
Yeah,
real quick, before we okay.
before we get
So-
into fried chicken.
Exactly, or nostalgia stuff. So at SeaWorld, they have a lot of good dishes. Like obviously, like the pizza is gonna be like whatever, no matter where you go, because it's always just prepackaged stuff,
pizza's
or like
pizza.
small ones are just dried out because it's been sitting there for a while under the lamp. Pizza and pasta is always meh because like it costs 99 cents to make. They sell it for $13. Like come on, you know. Of course, it's gonna
Just
be
like breakfast food at like Denny's or something.
exactly yeah. Bulk buying eggs for pennies on the dollar and
Yeah,
stuff. So
yeah. The only thing worth it from Denny's is like the Grand Slam, which I think, because it's like honey with like it's different. It's different.
is
different.
built different.
It's built different. Yeah.
Yeah, but SeaWorld has so many good ones. And on top of that, SeaWorld still has the food pass. So if you get the wristband, you get one meal every hour. Every hour! I know, dude. My fat ass was going over there. Every
Hell
hour on the hour, I'd be like, beep, beep. So you got like, your food and your side. But the burgers were whatever. Honestly, the
I
burgers
haven't
that
eaten. I'm so hungry now.
You're
I had to move
starving.
all those boxes, and I haven't eaten yet. And so I'm like,
you're at like 3,000 negative calories right now.
low key though, low fucking key.
Are we gonna hit up the buffet finally today, Chinese buffet?
Oh, I'm fucking down.
Okay, so the place that we the wristbands.
Yes, yeah, the wristband.
Wristbands at SeaWorld. They have
Food
a lot of
every
good food.
hour on the hour.
And when it breaks. They had like news on the hour when it breaks. They had
I get you.
ribs on the wristband. And usually you have to pay extra for ribs, right? They had ribs. They had fucking
You couldn't get
Oh.
that shit at Universal when you had the wristband.
No, of course not. You had to pay extra.
Nope.
There was a premium. Ribs. Okay, ribs. Fucking pork. Not pork. Oh, what's that other one called where they it's like the cuts of meat. It's not ribs. It's fucking barbecue.
I
It was like
wanted to
barbecue.
silence it before a notification came through.
SeaWorld menu. So basically, the barbecue food was like really good.
News says we look similar.
That's funny. It's the eyebrows, I think.
Yeah.
So
We got thick, luscious eyebrows.
exactly. So they have a lot of stuff. So they've got they even added new stuff. They got shrimp. They got crispy battered shrimp. They've got honey glazed salmon with vegetables. They got sriracha chicken wings. They got bacon cheeseburger. Like I said, the bacon cheeseburger was whatever. It was all right. It was nowhere near as good as the Universal ones. Universal burgers, they make them like awesome.
Pristine.
Yeah, pristine. The pasta, like I said, pizza and pasta is always meh wherever you go,
Yeah.
just by virtue of being pasta. But they have whitefish tacos and barbacoa tacos. They just added new shit. Well, it makes sense because Lent season's coming up and all the Mexicans Lent.
Yeah.
They have loaded tachos, which is chicken nachos. Holy
Lent is
shit!
such a
so much
strange
stuff.
thing to me. Like, I understand the religious practice, but it's such a strange thing to me. It's like, no beef? Really? No beef?
Apparently, so I had been researching this so many times. I'd been researching this, like
Yeah.
Googling why do people not eat meat, right?
It's because
And-
Christ or something, right?
It's because after they killed Christ, they had a big feast, and they're eating to mock him and stuff like that, you know. So they had a roast and they had beef at the feast, right? So technically, the rule is you can have chicken and fish, which is like white meat, you know,
Yeah.
because like you can't have any red meat, like pork and
Yeah.
pork and beef, because of that feast that they were doing in celebration and mockery of killing Christ. Apparently, that's why.
You know why? No, but you know what kind of like irks at me though? Usually traditions like that are because of something like tangible in the real world, right? Like humans tend to conflate like you know how back in the day we didn't know what thunder was, so we
It's-
passed down
it's
the
a god or
story
something.
of God, and like and we knew thunder was dangerous, so we were like, oh, it's God getting mad, it's you know, Zeus striking us down.
us, yeah.
And that's usually rolls over into other traditions, right? Like same thing. Like
Superstitions and stuff.
there's like the sand on the other side of the river isn't good for growing crops, so that's the territory of the evil god or whatever, right? And then where we can grow crops is the territory
Where
of the
we're
good
blessed,
god.
yeah.
Yeah, where we're blessed. And so, Lo, I feel like this tradition of like Lent, some famine or something happened around the time where Christianity was developing.
Mad cow disease or something.
Mad
maybe.
cow disease or something, where like red
People
beef
died.
or like red meat wasn't viable for humans for a time or for this period of time. Something happened, some disease or some famine, like
It could have been a mad cow disease outbreak or something. Yeah.
or some outbreak like that where they're like, oh, the reason why it's not good to eat right now, why it's making us sick, is because all these, the rich people who killed Christ ate it after he died. Obviously, that's not why, but that's
Yeah.
a tradition that passed down because of something else tangible that happened. And I'm like,
That makes
I
sense.
wonder
I wonder
why,
what it was,
What
yeah.
it was, yeah. What caused people to start doing this tradition? Because it's always something like that. Like we attribute these like phenomenon to like gods and mythological figures, right? Because we know that they're dangerous, but we can't explain it. So
It's like I want to quantify my fear.
Yeah.
So I assign it to some unnamed deity.
yeah, and stories are also easier to pass down warnings with, like, oh, don't get close to the tide around this time because it's the time that Poseidon's wife died, and so he's always
He's gonna
mad.
come up and do
yeah,
something.
Yeah, so there's always something, and so I'm just like,
I wish we could find out every explanation.
Yeah.
That's the thing that sucks about
Yeah.
it's with time travel. It's not even like I want to go back and fix my mistakes. It's like I want to go way back and
Yeah,
see
yeah.
did this or did that and like what was accurate.
yeah, and if this isn't true, like we know, like Zeus isn't real.
What
Why,
else?
what was the first thing that sparked that idea that, like, because we know that there's like a shift. Like originally Poseidon was the head god, right? And then it switched to Zeus. What caused the switch? Why would people now fear the sky more than they feared like earthquakes and
Oceans,
floodings?
yeah.
What caused that? There had to be some fear that caused the shift.
It's because they saw the movie Aquaman. They were like, Aquaman sucks.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Weak ass fish can't breathe outside of water.
Exactly. I took my fish on a walk. He died.
Yeah.
Oh, what a bitch.
What a bitch.
I did find
if you take your bird on a walk, it just flies with you.
Exactly.
Come on.
Fish are weak. I found the plate though. It was brisket. It was a quarter pounder of brisket, dude.
Yo, okay. Ooh,
Brisket.
So I went out with some friends recently. We went out to this Korean barbecue place. It's called Gen or something like that. It's a little pricey.
Whatever.
It's like $50 for three. Oh no, it's like $100 for 3 people. It's like
$30
$30 a person.
You gonna get some Korean barbecue later tonight?
Oh, dude, I want to low fucking
High
key,
key?
high key. If let's go to Gen, dude. Like,
Where was it?
I don't know where it was. It was
Oh.
called Gen though. It's like in like near the Inglewood, Long Beach area.
Oh my God, Gen Korean barbecue.
Yeah,
That's
Gen
literally-
Korean barbecue.
It is on Crenshaw. Wait, no, there's another one close by. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's a chain.
It's a chain.
It says there's one close. Technically, it's closer on South Street in Cerritos. It's a 3-mile difference. Oh, okay. I was like, obviously, there's a lot of traffic right now.
yeah.
But I think the other one might be
Dude,
closer.
It's so delicious. Like, and then the garlic salt seasoning that they use on the when you mix it with the soy sauce.
They close at 10:30. Ooh. Yeah, $20 to $30 per person. Damn.
Yeah. It's a little pricey. It's pricey, but it's good.
It's buffet,
It's Korean barbecue. So like you go in, you pay the whatever,
and then
you just get a bunch of meat. Yeah.
hell yeah.
I think that's how it works.
Honestly,
And then you get just a tall bottle of soju. You get like a whole jug. It's so good, dude. It's so good.
do you have to get the soju or
No, you don't have to get soju, but if we go, I want to get it. It's so good, dude. Like the shoju is also really good. It gets you a little tipsy, but it doesn't get you like drunk.
South Street and Cerritos?
Like I was able to sober up with some ice cream afterwards and like just drive home.
hell yeah.
Yeah, and like completely normal again.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good though. It's really good. It's so good. I'm just thinking back to all the meats. It was just like it really did feel like an endless supply of just meat.
Jesus, dude, I bet the dump the morning after was tough, huh?
I didn't. I ate so much I didn't even take a dump the morning after. I would wait an extra day and then just
Because it was just
destroy. It was slowly
all stuck in
iron.
there because it's like give your intestines like give me some vegetables so I can squeeze this out, and you're like, no, you're gonna eat meat. You're gonna like it.
It's so good. Like, see, this is this issue I have. I know vegans are morally correct. Like, I have no ground to stand on that. They are intrinsically morally correct.
But then why food got taste so good?
I was gonna say, but then why meat tastes good?
Why does
Ah,
food have to taste so fucking good, man?
meat
God,
is just so good.
stupid animals being made out of food.
Right?
Idiots.
Fucking hell, dude. I'm so weak when it comes to that. Like, they're objectively morally correct, but that
Idiots.
idiots,
Idiot.
meat,
Why
idiot.
idiot chicken? Why you gotta taste
Yes.
so goddamn good when I
Why?
dunk you in that?
When that
sweet, sweet
garlic
sauce.
salt. Oh my god.
Honestly, yeah. It's
Anyways, we were saying about something
SeaWorld.
else. SeaWorld.
So the brisket, yeah, I was gonna say
Brisket.
I found so they have a brisket platter, which is a quarter pound of smoked brisket with waffle fries. They have barbecue chicken, which is a quarter of an entire chicken, dude. The smoked chicken was so good it fucking falls apart.
you're gonna
The
make me
ribs,
come.
the ribs fall apart. Of course, pulled pork platter, smoked chicken salad, garden salad. They got so much shit, dude. It
I don't
is
even like pork,
insane.
but oh, that sounds so good.
Honestly, like I'm down to go to SeaWorld just to get the pass and just eat the whole day. Like, fuck the animals.
Fuck
I'm
the
not gonna.
animals, yeah.
I'm here for the food.
For the
But,
food.
Yeah, I think that's one of the places where there's a lot of things that are consistently high quality. Because obviously you can always find like that one hidden gem where it's like, yeah, you got to go here and try this. Like, no,
Yeah, yeah.
There's like
SeaWorld,
so many
almost
options.
everything.
Yeah, so many options. And SeaWorld's no longer capturing new orcas. They're
That's
no
good.
longer breeding them either. They had been donating before the orca stuff happened, but they've been donating a lot
Yeah, they've been
and
trying to
saving a
revamp
lot of
their image.
animals. Yeah, like they saved like 30,000 animals in like 2019 or something. Like it was a lot of animals, obviously, right? They're using all their money for good.
So I was watching the Ali Wan special with. You reminded me of something. I was watching the Ali Wan special with Noosh.
Because she's Asian, she eats elephants. I mean, elephants. Why did I say elephants? Whales. Because whales are the elephants of the sea. That's why. Okay, that's what my brain thought.
Oh my
my brain made that fast track and then disconnected the neuron, so I said elephant. Whales are the elephants of the ocean. Continue, Edward.
I can't.
See, that's how my brain works.
I'm just imagining like an actual elephant with like the tail
In
of
the
an
ocean?
orca.
Oh.
Yeah, just
I thought an entire elephant in the ocean just slowly drowning.
no. Yeah, that's why. Oh, not slowly.
That's what I was imagining.
No, I was
Whoops.
imagining like an elephant just like in the ocean with like an orca tail, but like with still the four legs. Like, but instead of the regular elephant tail, it's like the giant orca tail.
Yeah.
And just
The-
kind of
the
like
half elephant, but with the stubs, and then half orca with the tail.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
just kind of like the miserable thing just floating. Yeah. Oh
Okay.
my god.
Orcas. Ali Wong.
Anyways, Ali Wan, and I was just thinking, because we were talking about fish and stuff, and
Yeah.
so I was thinking like of one of her jokes where she's like, "You single people, you guys can take an edible at 2:00 in the afternoon, and then just go to an aquarium and watch the jellyfish float by." That was her joke, right? And I was like, okay, but why does that actually sound like a fun afternoon? Just
Yeah.
pack some sandwiches beforehand, take an edible, go to the aquarium, or other way around.
You're free from responsibilities
Yeah,
of other
exactly.
people.
For like just on your day off, just
Honestly, take some edibles. You ride the bus there, so you don't have to drive.
Yeah, exactly.
And you eat them before you leave, right? So they start kicking in right when you reach the aquarium.
exactly.
Aquarium of the Pacific.
Yeah. And then you're just there like watching the jellyfish. Dude, I legitimately think that sounds like a fun time.
Baller.
Ballin' time.
Baller time.
Then just go to Korean barbecue afterwards.
Hell yeah, because you're starving now.
Exactly. Now you got the munchies.
Yeah. Munchie meal? Only after 9 o'clock though. So
It's only $2 more during the day.
that's true. That's true.
I was gonna say we have jobs now.
I know, right? But I'm still so cheap, dude.
Oh,
like,
dude,
I
me
still-
too.
I always price match everything at Target. I use the discount. I use the 5%. I get 15% off. I price match everything to like Walmart because Walmart has it, but I don't want to go to Walmart.
Yeah, I don't want to
That's
go to Walmart. It's Walmart. Dude, you don't know who you're gonna encounter at Walmart. You're gonna get
Exactly.
like some weirdo with like a random like gun off the racks. Like, hey, can I buy this? And then just like point it at you. And you're like,
Yeah.
whoa, I don't work here. I don't work
Exactly.
here. Tell
Yeah.
someone else.
Honestly, it's like why did I make the mistake of wearing a blue shirt instead
Yeah.
of Walmart?
It's like I know I was gonna go work, but I don't work here.
Yeah, make the mistake of wearing a red one inside of Target,
Oh.
dude. You'll get chased down, and they'll be like,
Oh
"You're
no, I've
so
read some
rude."
horror stories. I've read some horror stories. I read some horror story like this one lady, because this dude was like wearing a red shirt for his work, and because it was like some construction thing,
Mm-hmm.
and like he showed up, and it was he didn't change out of work because he was picking something up really quick on his way home, and like some lady just started yelling at him, and he doesn't have good hearing right anymore because of all the years in construction, and he wasn't really paying attention. He thought she was talking to someone else when he saw her, and she basically was like, and like at his face, and he was just like, when he finally like put his like hearing thing in to hear, she was like basically cussing him out because he wasn't listening to her, and she thought he was an employee because of the red shirt.
Yeah.
And like basically made fun of her, and then when the thing came, like the security had to take her out because she was causing a scene.
Yeah. All right. People are so fucking
It
entitled.
was
Stupid.
yeah.
It's funny though, because there's two types of customers, like those, and there's ones that you're wearing your name tag, you're stocking stuff, and they walk up and like, "Do you work here?" And it's like, "No, they just I wear this for fun, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm here on my day off."
It's
but-
like, no, I'm a spy. I'm here for camouflage.
Exactly. Yeah, like you're wearing a Walmart tag inside of the Target, and they're like, "Wait a minute," you know. But yeah, I don't, there's even customers who will you're not even wearing anything like that. Like I was helping this girl once, this girl and her mom, and the girl was sitting down in a chair in front of me because I'm leaning over the counter and I'm helping them, and the girl's sitting down. The mom is sitting down on a stool as well, and I'm helping them activate a phone. And then an old lady comes and taps the girl on the shoulder, and she's like, "Oh, do you know where this is?" And she was like, "Oh, I don't work here." And she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then she walked away. But do you know what the girl was wearing?
What?
A black hoodie. That was it. A black hoodie. Like not even anything like oh, okay, she's wearing a red shirt or something that's different. But
Yeah.
she's wearing a black hoodie. She's sitting down. She's like on her phone because like I'm helping the mom over here. Like ¿a quién se le ocurre?
Yeah, not like I struggle enough. I have enough social anxiety that I struggle enough like asking the people who actually work there. Like you saw me when I went to go pick up the TV from you, I was like, oh yeah,
You're like, "Oh, dude, do I get the TV?"
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
"Edward, it's me." And you're like, I know, but like the TV, man.
yeah, the TV. Like, is it okay? Like, I don't know how to act here.
Yeah, no, I just
and then
pushed it out.
your friend that was also working there was like, dude, you have a good friend. He's like here, and I was like, oh yeah, it's a good friend. and then like over here, I'm like, oh, you fucking cunt, what the fuck?
you gotta
touch the cum on my wall. I was like,
that's the parroting technique.
Yeah.
That you can never go wrong with that. They're like, "Oh, you got a good friend?" "Yeah, I got a good friend." You just repeat what they say back
Yeah,
to you. You
yeah, yeah,
affirm,
yeah.
repeat, leave.
yeah,
It works
exactly.
every time. Honestly,
It works 90% of the time, 100% of the time.
so 60% of the time it works every time.
yeah.
And another classic from the second movie where he's like, "You know the old saying, nope." It's like, what? That's not a saying. I don't understand how they got through all those scenes without
Yeah,
cracking up.
no.
Like the blooper reel is the best because they're saying like the most ridiculous shit that got cut out of the movie.
Yeah,
And they'll be like when he's doing his warms, he's like flipping penises and vaginas and flipping penises and vaginas, and he just keeps going, ah, 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 oh no, help me! They've got the children! Ah! And then Christina Applegate's in there going, trying not to crack up next to him, and then she finally cracks. And it's the best, dude. Like, go watch Anchorman and Anchorman 2,
Anchorman 2.
and then go watch the outtakes, the blooper reel. It's the fucking best.
Low
dude.
key, I have never watched the whole movie front
No?
to back. I watched like a bunch of clips from there.
That's me with Star Wars in that I don't remember ever watching the movies.
Oh,
back and
you just
forth.
know the memes.
No, not just that. Like I remember seeing parts of the movie, and I've seen like obviously I've seen all the clips online where like they blow up the Death Star and stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I've seen the Family Guy versions of them more times than I've seen the actual movies. Like,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
you
true.
know what I mean? But I just not recently, like last year during the height of the pandemic, I was watching the prequels like for the first time, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, damn. And I was like, oh, memes here and there. But remember how we talked about that? How it really hits you different when he's like,
Yeah.
what are we going to do? And he goes, bzz, and you're like, he's gonna kill the kids. You're like, oh fuck, he's gonna kill children right now, like the Sandy Hook,
Yeah.
all over again. You know, it's like it's fucked up. But you know, when you're watching, you're like, what are we gonna do? Bzz, and it's like, ha, he's gonna kill. Okay, it's ha ha ha. You know. But obviously, the gravitas of the scene is a lot different.
Yeah,
But that's why I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen like the whole movie. So, because I don't remember ever watching the no, I am your father or whatever, right? Because that's the correct line. It's not.
I
It's
am
not.
your father.
It's not Luke. I am your father. It's
Yeah, it's
no. I am your father. Exactly. And I want to I got to go home and rewatch them apparently because I'm going to see like the gravitas of like each of those scenes and everything. Because I remember Rogue One more clearly than
I
I
just
do the other
recently
ones.
finished watching the original trilogy. When I got the TV, I watched the
whole thing.
The
through?
whole thing
Yeah.
from
I
that
don't
was
think
the
I've ever
first
done
thing
it.
I watched. It was really they were good. They were good.
Good. Empire Strikes Back
Always
is the
good.
best one. They
They're never
say.
bad.
We'll see what happens because I'm telling you, I don't remember like 90% of the movies. I just know like the important plot
The
points
clips
and stuff.
yeah.
Because I don't think I've ever seen. Because
Yeah.
if you showed me a scene from one of them, I couldn't tell you which one it was from. Most likely, unless it's like very obvious, like iconic scenes, of course, like when he's wearing his black suit,
That's different.
he's got a
That's
different hand,
Yeah.
yeah, all that kind of stuff. But,
But like, just take like a random frame from one of them and
yeah, and be
it's
like,
on,
which movie is this from? Oh, fuck, I don't know. It's Vader standing in a hallway, like
Yeah.
any one of the scenes.
There's at least 5 in every movie, you know.
Exactly, dude. And then Rogue One is like one of the only Star Wars ones that I liked recently, movies that I liked recently, because we've already talked about the sequels, even a shit show.
Yeah.
But like, it was so good. It was so good because you see like the twist or whatever. Spoiler alert: when everyone fucking dies,
And it's still like you
And
knew
you're
it
like-
was coming.
I mean, because of the way they were saying, yeah, the whole place is gonna explode. The whole place is gonna explode. I'm like, they're gonna escape. And then once it starts blowing up, I realized, wait a minute, we've never heard of these characters before.
Yeah.
So they're dead. Like that's it. I was like,
gonna say- I was gonna say,
shit.
going into it, at least from my point of view, like from a certain point of view, how do you call it? My point of view, I knew they were gonna die. I mean, because original trilogy, they don't make any appearance, obviously, because it was filmed 60 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, there's no news of them being in any other film. Like, it's just plain as day that they're gonna die, and it still hit me. It was still like.
It was that good of a movie.
Yeah, it was a really good movie. That's why I always say like spoilers. I don't know. I always respect it when people don't want to be spoiled, obviously, because I don't want to be a dick.
Yeah.
But for me personally, spoilers don't hold the same weight that they do for some people. Like I personally, for me, feel spoilers are a little bit silly because if the product that you're talking about is well made or like it's worth the watch, like it's worth the first watch through. It should be worth the second watch through.
Of course,
And so if I get spoiled on something, I mean, if it's a quality
If the
product,
movie's ruined, if the movie's ruined just because
Yeah.
of one scene, not a quality
if you're
product.
spoiled, it's not a quality product. So if like spoiling can ruin the movie, it's not a quality product. And Rogue One has been my frequent like go-to example of it because you like going into it. I feel like if you're like moderately a Star Wars fan, you know those people aren't going to survive. You know all of the main characters are going to die, like from the bat. Like you just know they're none of them are going to survive, and it's still an emotional punch when they all die.
Yeah, 'cause
it's
you're
still
like,
like an emotional
damn,
hit. It's
they
like
went through so much,
fuck.
man.
Yeah,
Why?
it's like what the fuck. So it's like I don't know.
That's me with Encanto, dude. That's why I
Yeah.
can like, even when I'm watching Encanto and the grandma starts yelling, I'm like, no, don't yell at her.
No,
It's
don't
not
yell.
her fault.
Yeah,
And it's
she
like,
didn't do shit.
yeah, like even already knowing that, there's no like
Villain.
or whatever, right? Like the villain was not the friends we made along the way. How Bruno was actually a good guy. It's still
Yeah.
I still enjoy that journey.
Yeah.
Because it's like they're all happy. But it's a facade. Tear down that facade. What do you get underneath it? Can they really be happy and et cetera?
And
et
I like
cetera.
how
It's a
how it
beautiful
leaves it
journey.
like not a like they change, but not a whole lot really changes in their dynamic at the end of the movie. Like a lot of secrets are revealed, but like the grandma's still acting kind of like how the grandma acts at the end.
No. Because at the end, she's like, she's like, hey, this is for you. You have the doorknob. Because
Yeah.
now that weight is off the grandma's shoulders.
Yeah.
Because now Mirabelle's the keeper
what I'm saying
of
is
everything.
she's a little more accepting, but her personality is still kind of the same.
No. Well, that's the thing. We don't get a chance to see how her
why.
personality
That's
is.
why. They leave it up in the air.
It is ambiguous, but
That's what I should have worded it better.
Yeah, they make it ambiguous, but they do go and show you like she's like
small change.
She's like, I never should have come. I never should have done that to you. And
then
the
that's the
remorse,
miracle.
and then
Yeah.
you see them hugging, and then you see the miracle come back because the miracle coming back is like the boom, the plateau. That's
Yeah.
where you've reached the pinnacle of,
Everything.
and now you're gonna be nice, on the way down
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like. Her cuntiness and stuff is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's erased. Obviously.
Yeah, no,
It's
I feel
years
like
of trauma.
It's not just years of trauma, but I feel like especially
And
once you're
resentment.
older. Yeah, I feel like once you're older, a lot of your personality quirks, I want to call them for lack of a worse term, kind of stay the same.
Yeah.
When you're older,
Because those are her defining years that
Yeah.
she's been resentful and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
People can change, of course, but it's
hard.
yeah, especially when they're that much older. And stuff.
And especially like at least when I notice like in like Hispanic families, even if someone does change, they don't really change.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll become nicer to you, but like they're like behind the,
undertones
scenes,
of
the
everything
undertones will
are
still
still
be
there,
there.
yeah.
Which is why I like the fact that it's ambiguous, because it's kind of like it's more true to form. It's like the miracle is it is a miracle that the grandma like admitted her mistakes, but I mean, it's not like Hispanic people don't really do that. And when they do, they kind of just try to slightly kind of, I don't know, at least in my experience.
That's how you know it's fiction.
Yeah, that's how you know it's fiction. Honestly, that is like the most fictional part. The fact, like the implication that they're permanently changed, even if it is a little bit ambiguous, it is the like the, for me at least, it's the fourth wall breaker. It's like the like, okay, my suspension of disbelief has kind of like, I can take the magical super strong woman, but a Hispanic grandma admitting her mistakes and forever changing, it's a little bit too far.
Exactly.
It's a little too far.
That's a little too on the nose.
Yeah. Someone's superpower being completely perfect and a house being sentient and moving, completely believable.
100%.
100%. We had a Smart House back in like the movie Smart House back in like 1993. It's like a Disney Channel original movie or some shit.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's some weird unknown thing. It's a weird movie.
That's Brooktober.
Ukraine invades tomorrow.
We're broke till Friday. Goodbye, my friends. We'll see you next week. Now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday. Bye, my friends. We'll see you next week. And now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday.